My name is Mike Scala. I'm a hip-hop artist who was signed by the legendary Raucous Records back in the day. Inspired by a desire to become the best version of myself that I can be, I decided to go to law school with an eye on serving the public. The past decade of my life has been a whirlwind. I've made a name for myself in the legal profession and the political scene in South Queens. I recently released my new album and it's doing well. One of the singles made it to the top 5 on the college rap radio chart. Now I'm getting calls from local leaders to run for the New York City Council as a Democratic candidate against a Republican council member. Running for office is a huge personal sacrifice and wouldn't allow me to continue promoting my music. But I don't take the calls lightly. I find myself at a fork in the road. Welcome to 17 Bars.
God damn, I'm the pinnacle. Yes, the metaphysical. On the daily, on this journey.
So we are at the fence next to Starbucks, and you can see all of the sponsors of the holiday lights and music here on Cross Bay Boulevard in Howard Beach. Many people contribute their money to get us into Christmas and the holiday spirit every year. You can see it goes down quite a ways. Everyone on here had to contribute at least $500. You can imagine all of the money that it took to keep this going. I don't think that's a coincidence, the fact that my name was placed conveniently next to the councilwoman. There is an expectation or even a desire in this neighborhood to see me join the race. All right, well, I'm about to hit the road. The New York weather is miserable, so I'm driving out of it. I'm going to Florida for New Year's. And yes, I said driving. People ask, why don't you fly? I'll fly when I need to, but I'm not the biggest fan of flying. To me, being on the road really gives me a sense of freedom, and that's more than half the fun. So we'll be doing that. There's actually a political purpose to this as well. Now, last month I was invited to a Friendsgiving, and I went thinking it was an innocent event at someone's house in the neighborhood. Well, a picture was taken at this party where someone flipped off the camera. Now you might think, what's the big deal? Sometimes people do that kind of thing. Apparently he was flipping off a community leader in Ozone Park. Unbeknownst to me, right? Had no idea. Well, I got attacked on social media because of it. I guess people thought I was taking sides in this inter-neighborhood beef. My message is I want to unite people, not divide, right? I'm trying to bring the community together, as hard as that may be sometimes. Listen, the guy who got flipped off, I don't think he cares too much, but he'll happen to be in Florida as well. I figure it's a good time to link up and make sure that we're all good. Welcome to New Jersey on a turnpike. It's been raining the whole time, but that's all right.
Welcome to Delaware.
So I've been coming to this rest stop in Delaware for over 20 years. Recently they renamed it the Biden Welcome Center. And last year at Christmas time, they had cookies that were supposedly made by the family. In Maryland right now, and I found this crazy beat. I was trying to find an emotional beat to write to. I might write my whole new album all the way to Florida. South Carolina.
Let's face it.
Jacksonville. Do they need this many no parking signs? Like, seriously. You know you're in the south wind.
Métase rápido.
Sure beats the New York weather. Things are starting off well in Florida. The beach is always relaxing, and I win so much money at the poker table. When I cash out, I actually have to tighten my belt because my wallet gets heavy.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Oh, wow. Fireworks abound. Sam isn't upset with me. He knows I don't need to concern myself with the infighting of the civics. But if I'm going to have a realistic shot in this election, I need the support of the party. He advises me to speak with the political folks and ultimately meet with the chair of the Queens Democrats. My longtime campaign manager wants me to call him to discuss how I feel about the race this year. But I'm suddenly overwhelmed with anxiety, and the conversation takes a very personal turn. Hey, what's up, man? Happy New Year. I'm having a bit of a mental health crisis. I kind of woke up realizing it's been 10 years since I've been close to this woman that really meant a lot to me. It's kind of been tripping me out. It kind of feels like all the stuff that happened in my life since happened before that, right? Like I can think back to when we were last close, and that felt like recently, even though it's been 10 years. It's kind of like this weird mental trip. Looking back at my life like that, you know, those moments have been the most meaningful for me personally, and so it's kind of really hitting me now. Not getting the clarity I need from Miami, I get in the car and keep driving. The problem is, there isn't much further I can go. I'm in that weird no man's land between Miami and the Keys. I love it though. It's like the lost world. drove the road until there was no more road. Key West nightlife. My new name is Key Lime Pie. Why? I haven't tried the Key Lime Pie. Gotta get a tattoo. Thumbs up if yes, share if no. We're gonna cross every pan. Here we go. Down to the other bar. Huh. That's interesting. Check that out. It's like another bar down here. The Key West party scene isn't doing my anxiety any favors. I seek comfort in a local church. It's good to see so many people out. Imagine walking around New York City right now. Actually going to time the drive so that it's not snowing when I get back, hopefully. What kind of bullshit is this? Why did it come back up north again? Mariah Carey's We Belong Together comes on the radio, and I just lose it. It takes me back to a time when that special someone was in a bad place and I went to visit her. She didn't want to go home, and she held me so tight in the car as this song played. Back in New York, resuming my weekly podcast helps me get my head back in the game. Yeah, but let's not get stressed out over what has not happened yet. Let's save that for a future episode, because I do want to talk about what has happened. First of all, shout out to Bryant Bystro. If you know, Andre has been on here numerous times. Malik Sanders has been on here as well, right? They are partners in this firm. I happen to represent them. I am counsel to this political firm. I also use them for my own political services, right, for my campaigns. And they did make it to the top 100 political consultants in New York State per city and state. And so that was nice to see. They have a write-up here about how they helped our Assemblywoman, Stacey Pfeffer Amato, expand her lead, right? Last time she ran for re-election, she only won by 15 votes, believe it or not. So people who say voting doesn't matter, 15 votes, right, made up this difference. And that was after recounts and everything.
A slim lead.
Yeah, so that was in 2022. This write-up here talks about how she hired this firm this past year, and she expanded her lead to 1,500 votes. And so obviously the firm played a big role in that. Again, shout out to them. Congratulations on making the list. I want to see them move up the list as years come. But let's keep in mind, this is a list of top 100 consultants in the entire state. They, up until now, have been primarily based in South Queens and the Rockaway. So starting to expand out, right? They have a big foothold here. And I know I've helped where I have been able to in terms of their outreach. But they've got the local state senator, James Sanders, both assembly members now. They do work for Amato, as well as Khalil Anderson, who's a friend of ours, and many others as well. So good to see, you know what I mean? Good to see this. And I do want to see a further expansion of the business because they do good work for a lot of people. So tomorrow I am going to meet with Congressman Meeks, who is the chair of the Queens Democratic Party, about whether the party is going to support us in our city council run. Now, I've pretty much decided I'm not going to run without the party's full support. So we'll see what they do. I know in the past they've looked at me kind of as an outsider. I told them straight up last time I wasn't going to run, even though there were people who were pushing me to run in spite of not having the party support. I don't want to play that game. If we're going to do this, especially with the Republican incumbent now, we need all hands on deck.
Yo, I'm on the line with Malik. Let me merge you.
Okay.
Yo, Stella.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, how are you? Yeah, I was letting Malik know that we just got the contract back.
I'll probably charge a couple $100 if you want me to give it a thorough look, if that's all right.
I would like it to not be as thorough of a look.
No, you don't want a thorough look.
I'd like a thorough glance.
A thorough glance.
How much?
Oh my goodness.
How much for a thorough glance?
Listen, I don't want to shortchange you in terms of the services I'm providing. I want to make sure that you're not getting screwed. That's really the point.
Yeah, of course you don't. You don't want to shortchange us.
By the way, is there any chance you'd be willing to drop the dog off here?
That's a very interesting question. That is a very interesting question.
That seems good.
I just don't know if we want to be rolling up to Meeks with a bulldog or not.
We should not. I kind of do. But
Should not.
Yeah.
You might want to. Should not.
Right.
why?
Right.
Why? First off, it's an icebreaker, and they have an office dog now. Do you not know that they have an office dog?
What if they fight? Not, I don't know, bro. I don't think you.
That's not his dog, and also, y'all don't need an icebreaker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey guys, it's our first time all meeting. Everyone, write your name on a piece of paper, and we'll shuffle it up.
Good morning. I'm here in Rockaway picking up Andre. He's going to come with me to the meeting with Congressman Meeks, but he's bringing his dog because he doesn't like leaving his dog alone. But since we don't want the dog to roll up with us to the meeting, we're going to be bringing the dog to my house to see if she can get along with my dog. And my mom will be there to watch them while we have this meeting. So hopefully it all goes well.
Yo.
Hey.
So is this your car or?
This is my car. What happened to the towel?
I forgot the towel.
Oh, my goodness.
Should have reminded me about the towel.
That's all right. I thought you knew.
I forgot. You should have reminded me.
It's all right. It's all good.
Hi. Hi. There you go.
Oh, she really got big.
Yeah, she got big. Oh, he sees the dog.
Like, what the hell?
Some food from where?
Tails?
McHale's?
Mateos.
Mateo's. Yeah? I'm always down for that.
I'm not in out of Beach Hall. Not hospital. Remember?
Yeah, Mateo's is nice.
Yeah.
Family style dining.
This your car?
Yeah. Fallout shelter.
What's up?
Fallout shelter. That's pretty intense.
How are you?
Gary. I'm not hitting this thing.
This is Mike Scala as well for my 1 o'clock. Okay, thank you. They're both coming in. Thank you.
Thank you very much. What if they stick to, like, hey, we're going to be notifying Mike and stuff on that?
That's what it is. We have to hold them to that too.
Yeah.
Be proactive there. Yeah.
Yeah.
The basic idea was that they didn't want to go on record, I guess, as backing a Democratic challenger to the Republican incumbent, given the current political climate this year. They thought that it might make them look bad if we didn't win, but they were pretty adamant that we could win an open seat, and so they'd rather wait until 2029 and put all of our energy into that.
No, look, I think the meeting went well. I think the meeting went well. If not for now, for the just overall development of Mike as a candidate and just kind of getting closer to, I guess, quote unquote, the reins of power. You know, I think it makes sense. You know what I mean? I think we want full county backing. They want to push Mike when it's an open seat. We'll put some money behind it, hopefully, but we have to kind of stick them, make sure that they stick to it for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
By the way, great lunch from Mateo's. Ravioli is stuffed with lobster and it's excellent, so I highly recommend. Now that my schedule is clear for this year, I may go on tour.
You say it's free and stuff, but
It's kind of a weight off of my chest because I didn't really feel it at this point. I thought if the party put their full weight behind it, there may have been a play there, but if they're saying that they don't think it's the best time for it, then we'll hold off. It clears my schedule up. I can do more shows. Why not try to do some Japan stuff, maybe Hong Kong or whatever we can do out there.
Setting up the shows, I know I could get us something set up in Osaka, probably Tokyo.
We should definitely be looking at that, trying to figure out logistically how that would look, what we would need to do to make it happen.